Hey everybody, welcome back to the Halloween Hotel. I'm going to do a quick tutorial. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. I don't have many original ideas, I guess, but this is something I kind of came up with on my own last year. I'm always about saving money. Everything I do has to do with saving money. That's it. There's nothing else about it. If I'm going to do something like a haunt, I want to make sure I'm saving as much money as possible. So what I did was I came up with a picket fence idea. I didn't come up with it, obviously. I got it off Facebook, but I kind of put a twist on it. My wife's compromise to everything that I do at Halloween is that I have to do Christmas as well, and I go just as ham for Christmas as I do for everything else. So I figured two birds, one stone. So if you haven't really figured out what I'm talking about yet, it's probably pretty simple. With the background, you can kind of see what's going on. Basically what I did last year was I had gotten a hold of a guy in Chicago. They had a bunch of pallets, and I took those pallets and I broke them down, and I just made the picket fences. Pretty simple. If you have a chop saw, easy day. You really don't even need that. Actually, I didn't even use a chop saw. I used a table saw and just went with the angles, just did it myself, real easy. Couple hours to break them apart. That was the hardest part. But what I did was I made the planks various sizes. I had no intentions on making anything remotely similar. So what I did was I took them, I'd stained this side, and then I flipped them over and I made them red. So what I do is during Halloween we use the stained side, maybe put them on a little crooked, a little jacked up, and then when it comes to winter time for Christmas, we use these and we make them nice and straight, make it look like a picket fence. And we can add anywhere. The one I have over here, I have 7. The one that I'm probably going to make for you tonight is probably just going to be maybe 8 or 9. I don't like too much of a gap in there. Basically all I do is I attach them to a 1x2, and the 1x2 is very cheap at Home Depot. I think I picked them up for $1.31, and I did the same thing. I flipped one over, got the stain, flipped the other side over, made it red. It took me an entire day to do it. I got the paint from Oops. It was the Oops paint. I paid $9, and the stain I just had lying around. So a little chip brush here and there. Really didn't cost anything. The most expensive part was buying the nails. Also, this is going to take really quick to show you how quick it is to build one because I have everything set up. But basically what I do is I'm just going to lay the planks down, no order at all, being Halloween. Like I said, at Christmas time I go kind of crazy and make sure they're all lined up perfect and all that. But I'm going to put them a little crooked in here and there. You can kind of see the ones directly over here. They're a little crooked, and I don't like that gap. There's too much of a gap there, so that's only 7, and they're 8 feet wide. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to tack them down. There's going to be one board, though, that I'm going to use 4 screws on the outside board, and the reason I use that is so that there's no wobble when we lean on them. And sometimes you could do one on each end, but for this year there's not gonna be a lot of people touching it. It's gonna be a little out of sight, so I'm gonna use the first board down. I'm gonna end up putting 4 screws in, and the rest of them I'm just gonna tack one on the bottom, one on the top to the 1x3 or the 1x2, and then we're gonna be good to go. So like I said, I'm getting ready to start one here real quick. It's not gonna take long, probably not gonna talk, and I'll come back and we'll finish it up real quick. All right, there it is. Pretty simple. Basically no time. If I really wanted to, I could have probably drilled some pilot holes. I was trying to use the ones that I used last year, but it didn't really line up like I wanted. Some of them did have the pilot holes. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It would have taken an extra 2 minutes. I'm kind of lazy. But you can see I got them in there. Some's a little crooked, some's not. I might restain them this year and do some stuff like that. I have literally spent 5 minutes and I have 16 feet of picket fence. I really wish I would have added one more to this one over here, but I didn't. But I'll probably adjust it later on just because it's just 2 screws and I can make an adjustment. So it's not too bad at all. Again, I probably have enough for about 12 more. And I have a whole bunch of other pickets over here. 12 more, 8 feet apiece. It's a lot. It's going to give me close to 100 feet. Actually, give me over 100 feet. So, pretty simple. I am in the backyard. I know yesterday I'd kind of promised some stuff, and I'm sure if you were watching, you see the stuff in the back there. Yeah, you can see that the new cemetery fence that I'd made. Maybe I'll walk back real quick. So yeah, you can see the new cemetery fence I made for the tutorial earlier today, and then that black plywood looking framing back there is going to be for the haunted house. That's going to be the front. I just painted it black for now, just for a base color, and I'm going to add to it. Alan Hops has a great tutorial that he does. He basically just uses spray paint, makes it look like it has siding. You got to check it out. You absolutely have to check out Alan Hops. This guy, I subscribe to his stuff. If you like anything about haunting, he's really good at what he does. He's been doing it a really long time. He's not too intimidating for the skill set that he has. You would think it's very intimidating. It's really not. I've learned a lot from him. And if his skill set's more than mine, then it just pushes me to get a little better. But yeah, there's 3 back there. They're 8 feet wide. That's going to get me my 24 feet across. And then the rest is just going to be 4x4s and some black plastic. So that's what we got going on right now. I'm going to finish these fences up, and we're going to go from there. But other than that, I got a lot more ideas that we're going to be doing here, a lot more tutorials. We're going away for the weekend, so this might be my last one until next week. But we got some stuff I'm going to be doing in the house. I might actually start recording one tonight. But I got some stuff in the house I want to make. I like to have everything inside the haunted house be completely homemade as well. I don't really want to buy anything anymore. I've wasted a lot of money just buying stuff, and in all honesty, I can just get this stuff real cheap at the box store, or people giving it away or something like that. So I will also put a disclaimer out there that last night I was talking about digging in dumpsters here where I live. I did, however, a friend of mine pointed out that's now a retired veteran and now a cop in Florida, reminded me that it is illegal. However, the building supervisor, the guy he's the superintendent of all the house building around here, I got the approval from him. So I didn't want anybody to think I just go dumpster diving without the approval. So if you do something like that, if they have signs up, don't do it. There's no signs here, but I still checked in with the building superintendent to make sure everything's good. So I'm glad my buddy pointed that out, so I'm not leading anybody down the wrong path to do wrong things. Repurposing's where it's at, so just make sure you're doing it right. And I'm gonna catch you next time. Hopefully I can get on again tonight and get some stuff started to get you some more tutorials earlier next week. And keep haunting. We'll talk to you later.